What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's your boy Robbie. We are back to react. What an evening we are having. This is going to be coming from Omeezy. Celebrities thought streaming was easy, but they were wrong. Let's keep it real. Streaming is the hottest thing smoking right now. Yeah, it's been out for quite some time, but that's where it's at. That's where the money is, especially if you're one of the top streamers. And so, yeah, celebrities, they're like, look, music ain't really moving like that. Tour money slowed up. People are broke. You know what I'm saying? Well, appear to be broke. So let me hop on this streaming thing and see if I could turn that into a profit. You find out it ain't that easy. It's not that easy. Let's get to this video.
Right now, I think there's undeniable proof that's stating that the World Cup is the biggest event in the world. And for what it's worth, they're not just working with athletes, broadcasters, and global celebrities anymore. iShowSpeed has an official sponsorship and partnership with FIBA. He's making World Cup content. He actually even has a song that's connected to the official World Cup album, which is crazy to think about this same guy that was on the internet barking just a couple years ago. But it only sounds insane until you realize what's happening. Streaming is no longer this niche corner of internet content that used to be very cringy to a lot of people. Tyson built Streamer University, and all of a sudden every athlete, actor, rapper, celebrity wants to be attached to it. Mind you, these aren't just C-list and D-list celebrities. Jaylen Brown applied, Ray J pulled up, Quinn Blackwell said that she wanted to be involved, Jackie Long auditioned, Lamar Jackson showed up. Hell, Le'Veon Bell, famous NFL running back, got mad because he couldn't be a part of it. So the question isn't just why celebrities are starting to stream now. The question is, when did streaming become so big that even celebrities started needing it? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. We are closing in rapido on 200,000 subscribers. We're like 25K away. Please come along on the journey. If you haven't already, please do. Now, back into the video. For years, celebrities were the main event. Streamers reacted to them, clip pages posted them, fans debated them, but now the relationship is starting to change. Celebrities are starting to enter into the streaming space because they recognize and understand this is where the attention is. But here's part of the problem. Streaming is not just fame with a webcam. A big name can maybe make somebody click once, but it cannot make them stay every week. And that's where this whole new wave of streaming celebrities become interesting. Some celebrities understand what it takes to be a world-class streamer. Some are clearly just visiting. And some are realizing that the internet culture doesn't really care if you have some big name in the rap community.
That's a fact. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody cares that you're Justin Bieber or Nicki Minaj, whoever you want to throw out there, you know, whatever name you want to pick out the hat. Nobody cares. You feel me? Who you are. They more so want to feel like they have a genuine connection to you. You know, who are you for real? Are we going to see you do IRL streaming and content where we can see what's going on in your life? And the thing about a lot of these celebrities is they hide behind certain walls, certain doors. There's certain things about their life that they can't necessarily expose. Whereas streamers, it's not the same thing. They can be themselves, be who they are, and we know pretty much everything about them. So it's different. And that's why I think a lot of them have a hard time transitioning to being streamers because they think their celebrity name is going to save them. Not in this day and age.
Or acting or whatever the case may be, especially if you're just boring while you're live.
We are doing something that has never been done before. You guys are going to be able to watch some of the World Cup games right here on my screen.
You see what I'm saying? You see, Speed brings that energy. You feel me? He's animated, he's loud, and it works. Kai's the same way. A lot of these celebrities, they act like they too damn cool to be like this. All the while, at one point in time, they probably were loud and animated and may have a goofy side to them. Showcase that. Show people that, look, I'm not just no goddamn mannequin that just sits here and acts like I'm too cool to be engaged and talk to my subscribers and, you know, people in my chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really come with it.
You need to grab Fox 1 on YouTube Prime channels. I'm dropping a full schedule of matches on my channels, on my socials. and it will include the instructions on how to watch with me.
Before we get into the why celebrities are hopping into the streaming space, we have to understand why streaming is becoming impossible to ignore. This is not just rappers tuning in and pulling up to random streams anymore. iShowSpeed and his ties to the official World Cup is something that is literally insane. This isn't a small brand. This isn't some gaming tournament that has close ties and affiliation. This is the World Cup, the biggest sporting event in the world. This is not hesitation anymore, but this is full-on acceptance. When FIFA and Fox start to look at creators and say that, hey, this is something that we value that is big enough, just like the celebrities or just like the athletes, this is a huge deal. And it's not just iShowSpeed as well. Kai Cenat has proven to show that streaming is something that is bigger than it's ever been before.
When you talk about a Kai Cenat, you're talking about a guy, we did a live stream and we had 750,000 people locked in for 8 or 9 hours. That's insane. For 8 or 9 hours, these people stayed and watched.
Now, that's also interesting because 750,000 people were watching for 8-9 hours. Some of these rappers and singers can't even get 750,000 people to attend a concert. That right there lets you know this streaming thing, this is no joke. This is the real deal. It's here and it's here to stay. It's the new wave. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, as time progresses, streaming will just become like what rap is or singing or whatever. It'll eventually fall in line, and then there'll be something new that comes out if there's anything new to come out or be created. But for the time being, 750,000 people watching your stream, that is nothing to sneeze at. That is a lot of people. Some people, like I said, can't even sell out an arena with that many people.
And not until the sleepover aspect started did it drop to like 500, 400. But you're looking at Super Bowl-like numbers. You're looking at analytics and data that transfer and equate to what you deem to be the biggest versions of success for television, for ads, for your biggest spots, commercial moments. These guys and girls are cracking the code.
Kevin Hart is hitting the nose on the head. You kind of got to think about how many eyes, I don't know, the biggest movies in the world get, or the biggest television performances and broadcasts get. And then also take into context that these things may only last about 2 hours. This one segment of this sleepover lasted 8 to 9 hours before they even got into the sleepover section. There's no other way to quantify that other than saying that Kai Cenat has helped push streaming into an undeniable space. And now so when he launches his streaming university and it becoming one of the biggest events to ever exist.
With Speed, that's one thing I love about these two individuals when we're talking streaming. Kai and Speed, they both are in their own lanes and they're both killing it. You know what I'm saying? Speed, he took the world tour approach. I'm going around the world with it. Different countries, playing football, things like that. Kai's like, you know what? I'm going to take the Arsenio Hall approach. I'm just going to have a whole bunch of different celebrities come on my platform, chop it up with me, politic, things like that, have some fun. So I just love to see, two brothers out here really, really cooking and killing it. And I just hope that this is something that we can continue to see. You know what I mean?
You now have everybody and their mother looking to apply, even already established celebrities and athletes.
A job? God damn, nearest airport? Why do you need to know all this information? God, don't let me know you working for the feds now. If you working for the feds, bro, don't even have me, because that'll be some CIA type shit to have the cameras in there working for the feds. Don't be having the feds. Why do you need to know my airport and all my location and stuff? If I get arrested, Kai.
Hold on, yeah, you for the bottom two, we definitely got to go full screen. Can't be giving out the
shoe size. I'm a 13.
You might as well just go full screen here. You ain't want people seeing that.
Yeah, I can't let y'all see the emergency contacts and all that. Who should I put? Should I put my mom or something?
This is kind of crazy to see a NBA player of his stature, NBA champion, mind you, on here trying to get on streaming university. He's like, look, I want all the bags. I want all the attention. Let me tap in with this and see if I could master this. I love to see it, man. It just goes to show you that, this is the real deal.
All the names mentioned before aren't just regular, everyday, random people that trying to go viral. These are people who have already had long-standing careers in the traditional sense. Maybe not a Quinn Blackwell, but you understand what I'm saying. And all of them are at different points in their career, but there's one thing that they can all acknowledge is that the attention is lying with the streaming game. Streaming is what's relevant right now. Getting into some sort of content creation is important. So when celebrities are moving into the streaming game, it's signaling that they're not just bored, board, but they're understanding that the culture has moved, that the advertisers have moved, the sports leagues have moved, the audiences have moved, and the celebrities are following it. But once streaming became this big, celebrities started to realize something else as well. The old promo system does not hit the young audience the same way anymore.
What do advertisers pay for? Eyeballs. Where are advertisers now going to get eyeballs? Streamers. If I can put up 5 advertising spots during a 12-hour stream with a person that's garnishing 250 to 300,000 live viewers, well, you're surpassing TV. So the business of YouTube, the business of Twitch and etc. is over $1 billion in ad revenue now. That money used to all just be at the studio. So the studios are like, what the man? Explain it to me.
The way of old is no longer working.
Facts.
I remember the days, because I am almost 30, I'm pushing it, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, where a celebrity would have a new piece of media coming out and they would go on the traditional radio, they would go on the late night shows, they would do all these interviews in magazines, walk the red carpet, maybe post a couple of promo clips here and there. But young audiences are no longer discovering celebrities in that fashion anymore. They're discovering it through stream clips, TikTok reactions, live moments, and they're discovering the celebrity when that celebrity walks into their favorite streamer's room. The numbers are backing these things up. Pew Research says that 90% of US teens use YouTube, 73% visit YouTube daily, and around 6 in 10 look on TikTok every single day. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I don't even know how Pew got those numbers, but I would say that those are probably on the smaller end. And when you understand all of that, then you can understand why every Tom, Dick, and Harry that has some sort of project, movie, or whatever coming out would be running to a Kai Cenat's bedroom in order to get some clips off.
Like Marlon Wayans with the Scary Movie joint, which honestly wasn't really all that great in my opinion. It just didn't hit the same, and I think that's because comedy has changed. You know what I'm saying? There was a few funny moments here, but that's another subject or another conversation for another day. I say that to say he went on there to promote that movie. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew Kai Cenat has hella eyeballs, and I'll go a step further and put you in my movie just for having me. You know what I'm saying? And they probably had that already worked out and filmed, but they of course had to roll it out like, yo, you know, I want to be in a movie. But then again, it don't take that much time to film a movie these days. Everything is pretty quick. But let's continue.
What the? Wait, I think there's still more. Mr. Beast, Tyler, Nicki Minaj, Lil Baby, Krishan, 21. Nah, there's definitely more for Mafia-thon, right, chat? Nah, there's still more people that have been in this room.
One of the reasons why I think that young kids are turning towards their phones and their computer screens to find trust is because they are sick and tired of having ads placed in their face. They have ad fatigue. A Deloitte study found that Gen Z and millennial viewers feel a stronger connection, a more personal connection to those social media influencers and content creators as opposed to the traditional TV personalities and actors.
Exactly.
Why? Because there's a level of authenticity that does come with a streamer and
Exactly. I just said that earlier. Back in the day, celebrities always had this mystique about them. You didn't know too much about them. All you would see is what was put in Jet Magazine, People Magazine. You know, if they had a MTV Diaries or MTV Cribs, which we already know MTV Cribs, a lot of that stuff was rented anyway. So we wasn't getting the true authentic self when it comes to these celebrities. Whereas now in this day and age, because of social media, yeah, celebrities, they do have Instagram accounts and Twitter accounts, but even those are monitored and regulated a certain way and polished to kind of make it look like, you know, you're like, you follow me, but you don't know too much about me. All of my pictures are staged. They're well calculated. Whereas with streamers and content creators, that's not the case. You know, we come with our authentic selves. Like, I mean, look at me. I'm in my content room right now. RGB lights in the back, my MacBook there, an airbed back there, which, by the way, will be going tomorrow. I have a sofa coming, so yeah, be prepared for that. And I got some pillows that I'm going to put on there. But I say that to say I'm in my habitat. Most celebrities, they wouldn't do this. You know, they would be somewhere at a nice restaurant or something like that. They wouldn't be this open to letting people see how they live. So And that's where we are now. That's what people want.
Content creator that TV just can't generate, especially with the payola system that TV has been, moving on for the past couple of decades at this point. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I know that some of these streamers do get paid to say certain things, but there is still a level of authenticity to a guy like a Kai Cenat, Silky, Your Rage, Plackboy Max, Sinners, Emily CC, Agent, Duke, Phantom, all these different things. These are people who are portraying that they are relatable to us. So if one of the perceived bros says that they're gonna go watch the new Superman, Batman, Spider-Man movie, then guess what? I'm probably gonna go see the new Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man movie. And it all doesn't feel forced at the end of the day. But you see, this is where I think that the traditional celebrity differs from the mainstream streamer that we're talking about. They don't understand that just because they see the numbers, the clips, and the hype, that this isn't a job. Like, this is a real job that has to be taken very, very seriously.
Right. I mean, you gotta pay for a cameraman, you gotta, have moderators. It's a lot. You got to make sure you got the right equipment, internet, bandwidth, speed, all of that. It's a lot that goes into being a streamer. It's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I'll be doing this pretty much every day, so make sure you tune in. These are the guys backstage. Say hi. You guys are killing it back here. Giving them a sneak insight on what's going on, really going on back here. This is where the real magic happens. Going on Twitch is like vulnerable as hell because like people who just feel shitty about themselves project and then they like write mean ass things, you know what I mean? Like it's already hard enough to put yourself out there and then you gotta read like, oh man. Like I read a comment, it was like the night after I was playing basketball, I was exhausted as hell. And they were like, Justin's not his exuberant, he'll never be his exuberant self ever again. Like he's lost his like charisma. I was like, what? I'm like, I just played basketball last night, I'm just tired. Then I start getting in my head like, man, did I lose my mind? No, bro. Did I lose?
That's another thing, like celebrities, they've been so coached and trained to think that nothing is wrong with you. You're perfect. There's no imperfections. That's not what goes on over here in this world. You're going to get those type of reactions and comments from people, trolls as they call them. You feel me? So you got to really have tough skin for this. Like you mentally have to have tough skin for this. If you don't, then you got to troll back and things like that. But see, he probably doesn't want to do that because he's basically created, or they've created this image of him like, look. And so now if he started to be a troll back, it's like, look at what he's doing. Why would he say something like that? So he's really in a catch-22 with that. I wonder if he's still streaming though.
It's my charisma and like my exuberance. Like I have a zest for life and like it just sucks that you can have a million people say the nicest things and then the one comment
gets in the heart.
Gets in there, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What the fuck is the point of this being live right now? He doesn't even read the chat. Who do you think set this up? Because I got a notification on my phone. Did anyone else get a notification on their phone? And I don't even follow him.
See, this is the biggest misunderstanding that celebrities have. And I think it's sometimes a desperate attempt in order to keep hip and stay popular. But they feel like, I could just cut the camera on. I could just say that, hey, I am X person that you know and love from this platform. Follow me over to this platform. They don't understand that streaming is a full-time job that doesn't have as many guardrails and safety nets as being a traditional media darling does. You have to control the dead air. You have to understand the chat. You have to be the one to create the moments. You have to know what, who, when, where, and why something gets clipped. You have to build the running jokes, and most importantly, you have to be the one that shows up consistently. Justin Bieber starting and stopping stream like that is exactly what I would expect from somebody who just doesn't understand the streaming space. Same thing with Ice Spice. She streamed for 2 days in 2025 and has not been back since. You have to make people come back to you and for you on a daily basis. And I think that this is what differs the most.
And that's why I love this, because I'm gonna eventually start really streaming more myself, because I'm built for this. But this is good for them because it'll basically show you who's built for it and who's not. They don't understand, like, this isn't like being a musician where you've got a producer that takes care of the beat making and you have a songwriter that writes your lyrics and you have a record label that goes and presses up vinyls or CDs or puts your stuff on streaming platforms for people to listen to it. No, you are the one doing most of the heavy lifting in this space. You're doing a lot. And a lot of them just don't realize that. They're just not built for that because they've been pampered and coddled in the industry.
When we talk about the traditional celebrity culture and what they're experiencing now. Usually they're used to walking into rooms designed, created, and curated for them to be the center of attention. The interviewer already has questions for them. The audience already knows why they are important, and they can edit anything and everything they can to protect themselves. The appearance has a clear start and ending to it all, but streaming just doesn't work like that. For streaming, in real time, people are judging whether or not you are or are not entertaining, boring, or worth listening to. They're giving you critiques and criticisms about different things. And there's no way to hide the faces that you make, the weight, the haircuts, all these different things, your boring personality from a stream. The whole Justin Bieber situation felt really funny because Justin Bieber, for the most part, is a very, very, very private person. He suddenly starts to spark up a stream and it feels strange. Not because he's not allowed to do this thing, but because this is the opposite of who he is and what he's all about. And with him growing up with a team, for the most part, who understands this dynamic about him, they've most likely curated an environment surrounding his personality traits. This is probably why he didn't last so long in the space with the unfiltered nature of streaming. But I will say, not every celebrity gets lost in the streaming space. They're not trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Hell, for some of these people, I would even argue that they were the ones going the traditional route, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And streaming is their square hole for their square peg.
See me, it's JB the MVP, about to go 1, 2, 3 on the next. I'm stacking up them checks and you gonna have to fight me. I don't beef with niggas, I beef with Nike.
I see you're a little delusional. You and Speed got a little thing in common.
Huh? Speed can't mess with me. I raced Speed after a knee surgery, and he tried to
swerve around.
He tried to social engineer his win.
Engineer his win.
Speed, if you watching, a rematch.
Whoa, what's good, bro?
That is let me on, man. Watch out. Holy shit.
What's good, bro?
Watch out. Hey, I gotta get a selfie with this dude. Hey, I sniped you, bro. I was like, yo,
are you street sniped?
If Playboy Max is asking me why don't men want to twerk, I'm telling you, because I don't want to see that shit, bro. I don't want to see that shit, bro. That's why. That's why men don't twerk, bro.
Some celebrities are actually doing a great job embracing the new streaming space and streaming culture. They understand that this is a way to really get down and dirty and close to their loyal fan base, the people that actually want to tap in with them for their personality as opposed to the talent that they portray on screen. I think Doja Cat is one of the better examples in all of this. She doesn't just stream because she's promoting something.
That's a nice setup that she got there, man. Okay. It is very Doja Cat. You know, looks like a dream. A wet dream or something. I don't know.
She's streaming because she genuinely enjoys gaming, talking to people, reacting to different things, and just being a part of internet culture. It's clear to see how she grew up based off of what we're seeing on her streams. There's a level of authenticity that is there that can't go unnoticed. I think Jaylen Brown is another good example. Jaylen Brown just feels like Playboy Max if Playboy Max was like 6'8" and was dark skinned. And even if you don't want to go all the way into the streaming space and you just want to be a part of the culture, I think Sexy Red is a perfect example of this exact same thing. No, she doesn't spark up from her own Twitch account very often or at all even, but she is at the DreamCons of the world. She is around all these various streamers and content creators and YouTubers, and she just seems to be a part of the streaming culture. Snoop Dogg, Ray J, Blueface, and you can't not mention Soulja Boy, Tell 'em. They are all people who are celebrities and are famous from their own lanes, who not just have the personality to fit into the streaming lane, but are taking the most advantage I've ever seen when it comes to getting into this space. These people, for the most part, have always understood internet attention better than most, and they are actually utilizing streaming to their best advantage. The stuff that they do doesn't feel like a promo, it feels authentic. Oftentimes we get people asking, you know, hey, what would you be doing if you weren't doing X, like playing basketball or rapping? And for these people, I can genuinely say these people will be successful streamers even without the cachet that they hold behind their name. They aren't shoving things down our throat other than authenticity, realness, and memes. I think why this is so important is because these people understand that, you know, streaming or building some sort of internet presence isn't something to be casually done. The internet doesn't work that way. You can't breadcrumb people here and there unless you've existed on the internet for a long time. These people understand that streaming is a community and it's an audience, something that
which is interesting because when we talk about the internet, we're talking about the internet as if though it is a whole new committee of people. It's the same people that once existed before it existed, but it's just the internet changed the makeup of our brain, the brain chemistry. Whereas because we get things at such a rapid pace and everything is instantaneous, so to speak, with the internet, celebrities, when they come over here, it's kind of like, or with streaming in this case, it's like, look, we done seen it all, we watched it all. Like, you can't pull a fast one on us and stuff like that. So, yeah, the internet has just shaped people's mental a lot different than it was maybe 30 plus years ago. Whereas if you've seen a celebrity, you might bug out, but now nobody cares because everybody in their head that's on the internet that's doing something, they feel like they are a celebrity in their own lane, in their own right. So they're not going to bug out if they see it's like, look, I got motion too. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of us out here feel who live in Metro Atlanta. Everybody in Metro Atlanta feels like a goddamn celebrity in some capacity. So if they see somebody down in Buckhead that was on TV or online or stream, they wouldn't care. It's like, okay, I got motion too. Do you know what I'm doing? So, I mess with it though. I'm glad that this is the best time to me.
To be cultivated and nurtured day in and day out. And it shouldn't feel like it's something forced or your audience will feel that same pressure. So when people are asking, why are so many celebrities getting into streaming? The answer is not just about clout. It's about adaptation. Streaming has become too big to ignore. And the reality is the audiences have moved. They are no longer going to the Best Buys or the FYE album stores looking to purchase the latest and greatest CDs. They're no longer going to the Blockbusters or whatever video rentals to purchase the movies. Hell, they're barely
Netflix
going to the
killed
movies. The movies have just had some sort of recent uptick. They're not listening to the radios anymore. They're not watching the daytime talk shows anymore. They're literally going towards the internet in order to get their fulfillment. Hell, even in sports, like you being the best player in your sport does not automatically mean that you're going to be some notable or favorable professional in your field. They're looking for who has the most motion on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. So if all that moved, then naturally I would expect some of our favorite celebrities and athletes and rappers to move. But at the same time, it's exposing a lot of them as well. Those people that think that, hey, I got a big name, I should just be able to get a click off, are finding out in real time that people really just care about the talent that you can produce as opposed to, you being an actual interesting person, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but it's a reality check nonetheless. And I think those that master this element of streaming and social media content creation will be here for the long run. They already have a boost based off of, their skills and talents that they can display out there in the real world, but then they're cultivating this audience that will be with them up until they ultimately decide to stop. Why? Because they show up every day. They're consistently cultivating and nurturing their audience. They're not just breadcrumbing people by showing up here now and then are gone again, but they actually understand internet and streaming culture. I'm actually looking forward to seeing a lot more celebrities hop into this space, and especially when they collaborate with content creators who are already established. That's probably my biggest thing in this, is when they embrace internet culture as opposed to trying to make internet culture embrace them.
Yeah, I agree. Shout outs to him. That'll be a good thing when celebrities, because a lot of times celebrities may feel like they're above you and you're beneath them because they're like, look, I cultivated a fan base off of my skill being a musician or being an actor or being a rapper. What have you done? And they don't realize that, this ain't a game over here. If you think you're going to come over here with your celebrity status and think you're going to get people in your chat or come join your stream just because who you are, you got another thing coming. Like, I built this over here brick by brick as a content creator, as a streamer. So respect my house. You know what I'm saying? Respect what I do. When you come into my crib, take your shoes off type thing. But I think this will be good. It'll be good. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree that celebrities, a lot of them just underestimate what it takes to be a streamer? Y'all let me know. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure that y'all chin check the like button, take the subway, and sound off in that comment section till your asses all get kicked out. That being said, it's your boy Robbie. Till the next video, we out.